Translation of KC 16 by T.H. Parry-Williams from Eiclynor, the Welsh Literary Journal, Volume 1, 1922. KC 16. I am not in the least bit ashamed to talk about it in plain language, although it's only a machine, a 2-year-old motorbike. It's not dignified, you say. Well, as Pilate asked, what is dignity? After living for a long time with a telegraph pole, it is said that one comes to love it to some extent. Everyone knows how close to a creature of a man is an old pipe, old clothes and many other old things. Isn't that the reason why old people have such a hold on life? In the world of dead things, with life amongst these things, familiarity does not breed contempt. The flavour of even an old story, and for the prodigal there is still charm in the pods the pig ate, although they are so old. For better or for worse, my motorbike and I have come so familiar to be good friends. It would be a terrible thing to divorce us. Surely we will be friends for a long time. I had heard previously, before getting it, about the feats of his brothers, about the smithy of Gingok near Clinnog being offered to ride one by a friend while he was in the middle of his work during the summer afternoon. He sat on the machine, bareheaded and in his shirt sleeves, and holding tightly on the horns with the grip of a smithy, away he went, and he failed to stop until the petrol ran dry, and that somewhere beyond Aberdaron, at the far end of the Clean. And that's a true story. Other similar stories might not be true, but what I am about to say about my machine is as true as a prayer. For about 2 years, my personal relationship with him is complicated, and my life is part of his life. In his company, I experienced during that time the most moderate feelings, I had the most sublime thoughts, I dreamt dreams awake, and my fancy flew to the fairest lands. Nevertheless, when talking about him, I would try to control my feelings. I heard my grandfather once in his later years, when he was quite weak, asking the Lord in a prayer when doing his duty to forgive him for being jealous of the little birds. I, when I was a youth, was also jealous of the birds many times, because they can go where they wish, because speed and the ability to move are faculties given to them, and there is an indescribable magic in speed, moving speed, travelling, and at last I had a friend of a machine to go on. I know by now his needs and idiosyncrasies. I am familiar with the beat of his heart and the depth of his breathing. At the top of a hill, whilst giving him a respite and a rest for me, I know through divine belief that his heart beats quietly and his breathing comes and goes smoothly, although it is not audible. I look at it lovingly and praise it to the skies. I feel its warm bosom and pull the odd thorn from its skin. We like to take a break on the journey in pleasant spots. On the top of the hill of Trigreinen Lake, or at the turn of Pont Agarlam or Ganclwyd, after staying there, how enjoyable is the driving along the straight wavy road to Transfarnith, and humming the song about the experience of the young man in the earlier age of the 2 feet. Poem translated. Long is the road and large is the mountain from Cwmmadawin to Trawsfynydd, but where the will of youth to travel, he will see the hill upside down, passing Cwmffrwsor and Isgwrn, and descending carefully past Gellidan to the Vale of Maintrog. One gets odd experiences on his back. The road below and the hedges on each side turn a complex fretwork of colourful parallel lines. The mountains move slowly, the wind blowing against itself and the world going past somewhere and a new world coming around each corner. When he's climbing a hill with all his energy, I sympathise with him, and when at the peak there is a sympathetic tiredness in my limbs, as if I had given my whole energy. But it is not bitter. If there is in the heart something to be ashamed about, this kind machine does not give an opportunity to blush whilst remembering. Truly it is not recalled, and were it possible, one is not able to blush on a motorbike. I still don't know why. I cannot describe the unearthly feelings experienced on its back on a dark night, with the fiery light on the front. One sits as if in the connection between midday and midnight, everything speeding from night to day and back to night. There is more sympathy between the night and his mare in the darkness, and the machine is more of a live thing than ever in the night. On the back of this it is realised to the extreme the glory of raindrops, the brave sting of rain. Something or other I cannot complain about him, as I am carried so uncomplainingly by him. The rain that falls on me when I am sitting on the saddle and clear of the road is not the same rain which is a pain for me when my feet are on the ground. At that time it is pure somehow, and part of the uncontaminated cleanliness of the air, and I enjoy its tickling dance on my face. It always rains into my face every time, but then it is not uncaring rain for me. It is an odd feeling when seeing another machine coming to meet us, whilst appearing to be completely still in its moving, and the time it takes to pass is not time at all. Something about to happen or happening is the passing. The gap in time felt in the morning after a heavy sleep is nothing like this. But this is the oddest feeling of all. After travelling diligently without a break for 80 miles, from the hills down far to the seaside, say, or from a quiet mountainside village to a busy city on the lower land, and at the end of the journey, staying to contemplate for a moment, I feel as if I've left myself behind somewhere, and that there is a need to await for what I am to overtake, before feeling quite myself again. Neither the sea or the city are particularly substantial for long. The moving has been so sudden, the roads has dazed me, and the thoughts on the back of the machine are different every time to those one gets on foot, until somehow making me believe that my life in the meantime is a separate, untiable part of my normal daily life. When going by train, my thoughts and view of life are nothing like those I am familiar with when on my feet. I never felt that I lost myself ever at the end of a train journey, as when at the end of a long journey on a motorbike. I never dreamt that it was possible to buy a friend with such magical meaning in it. I now have some idea why people's names are given to ships and even to train engines. Isn't there some close and friendly relationship between the driver and these things? I am ashamed to think that my friend has only got a mark, 2 letters and a number. I ought to say, however, that his family has a name, and I always take an interest in the family. Maybe I will repeat, there is no dignity in the subject. I know truly that it is in the object, in his picture and in his character. I would not wish for anything to lose these experiences that the machine gives me. If I ever have to sell it, I know that I will feel as if selling a friend. T.H. Parry-Williams.